to the program Today's Live on Echo Television International. And as always, we're bringing you interesting topics to discuss and how you're going to continue to conduct your life. Yes, today we're going to be talking about another interesting topic. And as usual, I'm not alone on set, so I'm here with Sam Musulman.
Good morning,
Good
Prudence.
morning,
Morning.
and Joyce Jakada.
Good morning, Prudence.
Good morning, Joyce. People looking fresh this morning.
Glory to God.
Okay, so I mentioned to talking about something interesting, and our topic today is choosing friends for 2023. Choosing friends for 2023. That's like a very interesting topic, I think, from my own angle. I think it's something that each and every one of us should look at, because a lot of us are sitting down and having relationship, friendships, people, company that is not really healthy for us. A lot of us are staying stagnant in unhealthy relationships. So today we aim to give people the best guide, or like a guideline of how to make friends, so that our 2023, each and every one of us would have an awesome 2023 that would be characterized with growth. So I think we should begin with actually giving people out there the true essence of what friendship is. Like, let's give them the idea what it really means to have a friend or to be a friend.
Well, we began the week with the year and me living above resolutions. We talk about making headway and then choosing friends. Like, if you ask me, all these topics are timely and a follow-up or build-up. And if we are thinking of making headway, if you don't have the right company or the right circles of friends, then there's no way you make headway. There's no way the expectations you have or the goals or the expectations are going to come to pass if your circles are not a great one, or are not those people that are going to push you to attaining your goals. So when we talk about a friend, like, it's good to know who a friend is. Like we've always said, I have a friend, this person is my friend, that person is my friend. Like, it's beautiful to have friends around you. So beautiful. Like, you are not an island, and the world itself, I don't think it's going to be a beautiful place if everybody's just existing on his own. So relationships are important, and then having friends, good friends, are actually key to even our success in life. So a friend is someone that you share close affection with, and you share some common beliefs, you share some common values with. A friend is someone you can trust and someone you enjoy being around. You can also say a friend is somebody, can be in person. That person can be either in person, like I'm seeing you, or it can be online, because our social media handles have been linked up with others, and then we call those people, in fact, the social media will define them as your friends, but they are more like virtual friends. Some of them you don't even get to talk with. You don't even have the same belief, the same values, and I don't think those categories of people, like in coach, we call friends like that, because there's no close relationship, and then some of us don't even get to talk to them, talk more of trusting them. So good friendship and good friends can span the test of time. That's something that is very important to know. And the relationships that are made from mutual, they are actually relationships that are made from, and then friendship is more of a verb than just a word, passive. And that's why I said you cannot consider some random online friends as friends, because some of them are even detrimental to you. They can even do what, scam you, or even make another person to actually scam you. So friendship is more of a verb than passive. Like, it should be an action that you see. And one of the main characteristics of a friend is someone who you share time and trust. I think that's worthy to know. You share your time with, and then you can trust. It doesn't mean that it can be 1,000 miles away, but thank God for the advent of technology. We can always connect and relate with our friends, even if you grow up together, eventually life happens, and then people are no longer close to you, but that relationship you built, that friendship you built with them, you can call them, you can relate with them, you can trust them with any issue that is bothering you. That like, I think that's the essence of friendship. And when I was thinking of this topic, like choosing your friends for 2022, what came to my mind is, if you just wake up, or in the course of the day situation, who can you call? Like, who is the person that will just come into your mind that you can actually call, apart from your family? Like, do you have that person that you find yourself in a difficult situation, you can just put a call through and the person will just come for you? Do you have that person? If you have that person in your life, then you have a friend. Can you think of the first 5 people that, when there's anything, you can just quickly call? Maybe some people's own might be even 50, 25, 10, and some might even be -5. Because by the time you think, who can I call? You are thinking, like someone said, he was in dire need of an amount of money, and then he was checking his contact, and at the end of the day, he was asking himself, like, does that mean I don't have a friend that I can rely on? And another person shared his own story. He said that he called his friend, and he said his house got burnt like in the night, and then he lost everything. And then when he called his friend said, over my dead body that I will be alive, and then I will see you homeless, or I'll see you suffer, and then that he will do all within his power to ensure that he has all that he needs, that everything he regains that he lost, actually he regains it. And immediately he gave his friend one of his house. He ensured that the house was well equipped, like he paid his bills, he ensured that his friend had something to still fall back to. Like, that is a friend, someone you can trust, someone that actually understands you, I think is a friend. As we look forward to a better and a great 2022, it's important that we sit down, we relax, we evaluate, intentionally evaluate the friends in our life. Are they friends that are going to help us make headways, or they are going to get us stuck, or even down the drain?
Yeah, 2023, I think it's very key, it's very important for us to really sit down and then evaluate, and scan through the friends that we have. And then that will really tell you how you spend your 2022. And then going forward, that will help you to really have a target of how you want to approach the 2023 and what you want to achieve in 2023. Friends, when you talk with people and then they'll start saying, I meet this my friend, or there's a way they call, like they will just call friend, and I will sit down and I will ask, I said, what's the real definition of a friend? It starts from there. And she gave the definition, and she elaborated in such a way that people will understand. You can't just meet people and just call someone a friend, and then ignorantly, some of us are being hurt simply because we didn't define that very well. You go with the general notion of a friend, that people will just see because I meet you today, tomorrow we meet in the market.
I know you very well.
Or I'm meeting her through Prudence, and then just for recent, I start calling her my friend. There's a step to all of this. We have acquaintances, we have friend, just friend, you have close friends, and then you have best friends. So can you sit down and then look at this and categorize your contact and people you have in your life? Because it's very important. If we don't do that, that is where we always fall into trouble. Because sometimes, you hurt yourself because you are calling somebody a friend, you are thinking is a friend that you can call for a help. And then you put a call through and he disappoints you, and you start feeling like he wasn't a friend before. So you just find out you're the one that sees it that way, thinking he's a friend. You know, when you meet with people, you know, in a cafe, you know, you can't just call them friends. You meet people during sport, you can't just call them like friends. Close friends, you can say, yes, these are people that you can call them for help. You share some secret. Best friends are those that can go extra mile for your sake, and they don't expect anything. Whenever they give in anything, they pour in the friendship, they don't expect. So, geez, these people are close friends. You know, once in a while you can just ask them for help. Close friends, you share secret, and they can go extra miles for you. These are 4 different, you know, categories of friends that you can say you have. So if you're able to carefully separate this, then you will know who to call at a particular time for anything. And you see, there's a way friends help you to mold your life, because nobody is an island. Nobody is an island. And this world, God created the system like, you understand? And then knowing that, you can see that there's area of strength and weakness. So in having true friends, they understand your area of weakness and your area of strength. And you know their area of weakness and the area of strength. So you know where exactly to come in. And in your area of weakness, that is when you find true friends coming in order to support you to be strong. Consciously or unconsciously, you see people trying to help you. That's when sometimes you just look at some people, how they like they say in Nigeria, carry your matter. Like they are trying all their best to see that you are succeeding in your own choosing career. So you see this kind of people, they are kind of people that kind of friends that you're supposed to be thinking and keeping around you. Sometimes I ask myself, and I look at some people, I said, am I good when it comes to hanging out? I ask this question because some people can just think of you when there is a gig or something. They feel if you are there, the place will be happening, and they call you. But when it's time for business or something to get money, that same money you will come, all of you, to spend where they are calling you. They will not call you, so that even on that table, you two will spend that money. They will not call you. But when is that time for that? That's when they will call you. I'm just citing an example. You understand? So you just have to sit down and think, who are the kind of people I'm keeping around me? You know, in office, you know, in the community. Who are the people that are affecting my life? You have to just make sure that you categorize this kind of people and fix everybody where he's supposed to be. It is very important, because if we don't keep the right people around us, definitely,
yes, you will have a problem.
We'll have a problem.
And Solomon, that's where this issue comes in, and the relationship, whatever form of relationship, be it friendship or a woman and a man's relationship, whatever kind of relationship you're keeping actually makes or mar you. It is the company that you keep that will give you the courage to approach certain situations.
Sure.
If, for instance, I'm involved in with a group of people that their life is just all about the life of the party, and then every weekend we're just going out to party, every day we're just looking for something to chill, we're just going out to have a swell time, and one of us, maybe me, and then I begin to think, I think I want to do this business, and I think it's going to be it's going to blossom. I want to do this kind of I want to put my hands into this kind of business, and I think that it's going to work out. I wouldn't be confident enough to come and share with my company because they are not inclined to that kind of thinking. And because of that, I might just get to a point where I'm discouraged and I'll just fold my hands back and not accomplish what I had already planned. And that's the thing that each and every one of us needs to know, especially as we walk through the year 2023 and the following years. We need to be conscious of the company that we keep, because this company that we're keeping is the company that is going to is what is going to make us or mar us. It is what is going to build us or destroy us. We need to build on that. And there's also the fact that a lot of us, because we already have friends that we knew since growing up, we don't want to let go of that group of friends. We're thinking, oh no, if I leave this person now, I would just probably be, people will just look at me like somebody that is not loyal, somebody that does not have his friends at heart. But then probably that's the best step for you to take so that you'll be growing, because people are not seeing what that person is doing with you or doing towards you that is making you stay where you are, not grow. So we need to be conscious. Yes, it doesn't mean that any relationship that you find yourself having with somebody, be it a colleague or a friend from school or a friend from birth and all that, doesn't matter. What really matters is that person having your interest at heart? Is that person working together with you? Do you people have your values? Are they relating? Are they working in sync? Do they have a one direct? Are you guys going in the same direction? Are you thinking in the same way? Those are the things that we need to put in our minds as we make friends and as we relate with people throughout the year 2023. We need to put those things into consideration, because the truth of the matter is that friends make or mar you. And then it's not every connection that you have with somebody that is supposed to last long. You need to check it out. Some people are just there to be there for you at a certain period of time. That does not mean that you forget about them completely, but it just means that the connection that you people made is supposed to be for a period of time. Maybe they are just there to be a step to push you forward. Maybe that person just came into your life for this period of time to make you stronger for that period. Maybe you found yourself in a situation and that person was just there to make you stronger. And then the next time you're trying to force a relationship to keep up that relationship, but that's not the direction that you're supposed to head. Sometimes that's what it is. And a lot of us are living in that kind of relationships.
Prudence, you know something, like I feel that except you come to the realization of who you are, then you'll be intentional about who like you accommodate or you allow to become your friends. A lot of people out there, a lot of us are living like confused lives. You don't even know you don't have a direction, and that is why anybody that comes, I want us to be friends, or the person's an acquaintance, from there you give him that access and you become close friends, and at the end of the year you'll be like, oh God, I started the year like this. These were my expectations. These were my goals, but I could not achieve it. Like, we're not talking about choosing friends because we don't have friends or have not made friends before, but we have wrongly made friends that have affected us and made us not to even get to achieve that goal which we desire. And that's why we're saying now we're in 2023, thank God for life, thank God for another opportunity. We can actually start all over again. There are people that actually sat down and cried and said it was because of this person, that person, that I couldn't achieve this. At the time I wanted to focus and do the right thing, this person always showed up distracting me or doing otherwise. So this is 2023. Like we say, when there's life, there's hope. There's always an opportunity to start all over again. If you actually sat down in summarizing or in evaluating 2022 and you notice that part of your problems were the company you kept, like, you can be deliberate now in still choosing the right friends for 2022 and even beyond, because if they are the right friends, it won't just end in 2023, it will go beyond 2023. We've seen people that are blooming, blossoming, who aided that it is the friends they have. When it comes to recommendation, they will say, oh, I have this friend that is really good at this, and they recommend you. There are friends that you want to start up a business, and because you don't have the finances, they will help you, assist you. That's because they have your interest at heart. That's because they, like, do you know, while I was serving, I remember calling, talking with a colleague who was also serving. And then while we got talking, I was like, we're talking about utilizing opportunities while we're serving. And I said, well, here, I could actually do another program here, but it's going to be, there's definitely going to be some financial implication and all. I wasn't really complaining at that time, like I could not afford it, but I was just talking about the fact that it's going to cost more, extra. So while we got talking, and then he told me, oh, it's a nice idea. I said yes, and he was there trying to share how that he too is trying to utilize the training over his own place there. So while we got talking, I said, do you know that he told me that how far now? He kept calling me, and then when we talk about that, he say, how far now? Like, if I need help, he can assist me financially. So I sat down, I was thinking, like, we were just colleagues before the service, and we weren't that close. But if somebody can think of you like that, he's just a core member as I am. And then he's telling me that if I need financial help, he can give me. How much is the other way? And then out of it, you want to give me part of it to pay school fees. I just thought to myself, I say, no, this person should be a friend. Like, it should just be beyond even calling and greeting or once a while thing. This person has your interest at heart. So can we sit down, evaluate the kind of people that we have in our life? Are they pushing us to be great? And then if you're expecting people to push you, are you also pushing them?
Yes.
What kind of friend are you to those people as well? Because some of us have expectations from people while we are not doing anything. I remember telling someone that you would, like, I don't like it when people say this person has money and he's not helping people. Are you helping others? People. What have you done with the little, with the 1,000 you have? How have you pushed your own friend or your own circle? So it's not enough for you to sit down and be evaluating other people's life or their finances or what, and expecting things from them. In your own little way, have you been able to push somebody that needed 100 naira when you had 1,000? So for you to desire a good friend, you have to also be a good friend. And if you're a good friend to another good friend, then you make headway in 2023 and beyond. So sociologists will tell you that you're the sum total of the 5 people that are in your life. So what kind of people do you have? Do you people only come and laugh when you have like a topic to discuss about another person, like to slander? Like, you know how you said that when it has to do with gist, they will call you. But when it has to do with an opportunity or to encourage you or to push you to be better, they don't discuss that with you. That person is not a friend. There are people that will see them like working together, forming friendship and all of that, just within a twinkle of an eye. When the other person will turn, the way they will slander the person, you'll be shocked that these people call themselves friends. So maybe you don't know these people you're calling friends are just some kind of acquaintance, or you need to sit down and reevaluate. Like, intentional, you should be intentional about evaluating those people you call your friends. And then how much of a friend are you to them? Let me tell you something. Proverbs 13:20 said that those who walk with the wise become wise. Those who are companions of fools suffer harm. There are people that will tell you, I know myself. So even if this person is a witch, is an armed robber, is a Boko Haram member, or whatever, it cannot influence me to be one of him. Like, I know myself, so we are just friends, we just hang out and all, he cannot influence me or that. It is not me that is saying it. The Bible says those who walk with the wise become wise. Who are the wise people? The wise people are people who know the right thing and they do it. Like, the Bible describes the wise man as the one that fears God, the one that has reverence for God, the one that is not just the person that goes to church. You know, somebody will say, this year is me and God, so it's friends that will encourage me to go to church that I will follow. So you are looking for church goers, not people that fear God or have reverence for God. And at the end of the day, their life reflects that they fear God, because that's how you know people that are wise. Yes. They know the right thing, they do it, and their life show it. So beyond even choosing a friend that is just companion, can you think of the wise, like the Bible says? If you are a companion of a fool, you suffer harm. That's why you find yourself in distress situation. You can't call anybody because you kept fools as friends. Who is a fool? A fool is somebody that knows the right thing but refuses and say that that thing does not even exist. Like a fool, the Bible says that there is no God. You know that God exists. You can see evidence that there is God, but he will refuse. That's who a fool is. He knows the right thing, but he will not do it. He will always give excuse for that. Like, you see people are... I am deliberate. I'm so deliberate. Somebody told me, can you just be loose and then be... It's not like I don't relate with people, but I'm so careful about the circle that I make because I've come to realize that they have influence in me, whether I like it or not. Is going to reflect in my... If you want a great future, you must surround yourself with great people. You can't say you want to be the best runner and then your circles are all musicians. How do you want to become best runner? And every time you work with those guys that are singing or the musicians, they are always rehearsing their songs there, and you want to be a best runner. How possible is that? So if you want to be great, surround yourself with great people. Surround yourself with people that have your interests. Surround yourself with people that you can trust. That if I have a problem, I can talk to you without fear that if I turn back, you're going to use that information against me. Because that's why today you see people say, this person is my best friend. Because of the betrayal they face with people they call friends. Some will even tell you, I don't even have friends. Especially ladies, they will say, I don't have any female friends. Or sometimes I laugh when I hear that because is it that the guys too don't slander or they don't gossip? But
maybe because they just think that
most times it's because of the betrayal. Because of the betrayal. So take your time. I'm not saying you should judge people. No. Evaluation doesn't mean judgment. So, and nobody gives you any right to even judge people. And then there's nothing wrong in you being close to somebody, praying for the person, and then asking God to help the person know the right thing and do the right thing. It's not of you to change anyone. So whether you say, I can be friends with this girl, or me, I will change her. You cannot. It's not on your own that you change somebody. It's left to God to change someone. So I think we should be deliberate about the kind of people we choose in 2023 and even beyond. Because if we want to make headway, we need to think of people that are consistent. These are some of the qualities of good friends. People that are consistent, people that are responsible, happy people, and even people that fear God. I recall that in my 100 level, there was this lady we met during registration. And then every day we were working. She's always complaining, grumbling, and there is no day you want to go for this, she's grumbling. You want to go, she's grumbling. And one day I asked her, what's the problem? Like, we just met during registration. You know, that's how you just get to make friends in the university. And then we kept going, oh, tomorrow, let's go to this place. Then every day I noticed anywhere we're working, she's always grumbling. One day I asked her, like, what's the problem? And then she was telling me that, she has this uncle that has money, but he doesn't used to help people. And I said, is that why you're grumbling? Like, you just become bitter, and then you're working, you're even talking to yourself because of your uncle that has money, and you say he's not helping. Thinking, like I said, like you start thinking of your own uncles too that are not helping. And they're not helping. Like, instead of you to sit there and focus, what can I do to support my parents, or what can I do to be able to meet the need? I have hands, I have legs. You have God has given you the knowledge as well. So what can you do to become better? So you're always thinking. So imagine that kind of person, you keep being around the person. How positive are you going to be? Friends are a very important part of our lives, and I think we should be deliberate about that.
Yeah, and Joyce, from what you just said, you made mention of a lot of characteristics that we need to consider when we're making friends. There are a lot of things that we need to look into when we are making friends, and I think that one of the major things is that you need to make friends that understand your faith and are working together with you in your faith, because I feel like that's the base of everything. Because if you don't have a friend that really relates with you in your faith, then how can that person be your confidant? What if you're having a problem and you're falling off track in your faith and it's disturbing, and you don't have anybody to fall back on because that friend is not somebody that you can talk to comfortably about your faith? So it is essential for you, especially as a Christian out there that is really putting their minds to what God wants us to do. We need to consider that seriously. You need to have friends that are working along with you in your faith. And you also need to have friends that have the same value. Even if it's not the same, like, these values should just relate, so that you will not have to be compromising in circumstances. Like you said, you wouldn't start working with somebody who is always complaining, and then you not, at the end of the day, in the long run, you will not join the person and start complaining at some point. You would definitely do that because you want your friend to feel like you love the person as well. So if this person is complaining about someone, maybe you begin to, this kind of person, which kind of person are you? So there are a lot of things that we really do need to consider when we're making friends, especially in this year that's unfolding before us. And then the GM of Echo Television usually says this thing: you need to have a circle of friends that will push you, that have connection, that have yearning for knowledge, so that you people will walk along together, so that you build each other. If you don't have a circle of friends that are building you, I think that's a problem. You need to have friends that will build you intellectually, morally, spiritually, friends that are there to help you fill in the gaps, the blank spaces that you're having in your life. You need to have that kind of friend. And that doesn't mean that you become an opportunist. It doesn't mean that you become an opportunist. It just means that you are available for this person when this person needs you, and the person is available for you when you need the person. Be it, as I said earlier, spiritually, mentally, physically, that person is there. You are there for that person. The person is there for you as well. You help each other. You grow each other. You hold each other's hands so that you build. And I think that's also what Paul was talking about. If I remember correctly, it's Paul that said that you, as a Christian, you don't neglect fellowshipping together. It's all because you need friends around you, people that would be there to guide you as well as you mentioned that sometimes you have strengths in some places and weaknesses. So for where you have strengths, and if these are the person's weaknesses, you'll be able to cover for that person. You're going to build that person, and the person is doing the same to you. Because if it is not happening like that, I don't think you have a friend. I don't think that person at that point is a friend per se. I think you need to do you need to do an evaluation on who that person is to you. As I said earlier, some friends are not supposed to be for the long run. We need to be conscious of that as well, because there are a lot of times
they are not even friends in the first place.
My point is that
you can't be a friend and not be for. That means you're not friend from the beginning.
What I mean is that you meet somebody, for instance, the way you met somebody at for usually registration at the registration stand. So you met this person, and you were for this period of time you're always working together. So yes, at that point maybe
we were cosmic, not friends. Let me correct that. At that point we were cosmic, not friends.
You see that people come into our life for a reason.
Yes.
But you have to be deliberate. Like she said earlier, and I think we are built on this, like, since from Monday. Like, the topics are just coming. You see, you have to define yourself. Once you define yourself, then you know the kind of friends that you're supposed to accommodate.
I think that's what I was trying to say, but I just didn't get it.
So when you define yourself, that will give you room to who you're going to accommodate.
True.
And then by defining yourself, you know who you are, you know your strengths, you know your weaknesses, you know where you're going. You know, when you talk about religion, it's very key. You talk about career, right? In the faith, yes, these are kind of people that you cycle yourself with, people that know the word, people that are determined, people that really want to serve God, people that fear God. These are people that you keep. And it doesn't mean that you have to keep everybody in the church. You understand? It can just be one person that you know is committed to things of God, and then you attach yourself. He understands you, you understand. You know, true friends don't even use your weaknesses to look down on you.
No.
They
They have
don't.
the build.
They look at it as an area that you are lacking. They try their possible best to help you. That's why sometimes some of them will even give you books. Will even send you verses to read. Because they notice, just like that. It's not because you complain, but because they notice. These are friends. They want to build you. And sometimes you start wondering, so this person think of me this way. He noticed this weakness in me, and he's giving me this to read, to encourage me. Even you, if you are thinking otherwise, that thing alone will push you, because it's not like you share it or something, but you feel like the person thought of you deeply. That's why he's helping you. And you would never see in your journey that person using any of your weaknesses to mock you or to look down on you, because they always try to encourage. These are kind of people that you look and stick to them. They are true friends. And mostly you find out in this kind of relationship, they don't expect something from you. Yes, if it comes, fine, because you share things in common. If it comes, fine. But if it doesn't come, you will see them still being consistent, being committed, and being loyal to that particular friendship. These are people that you attach yourself, and before you know it, you will see growth, in your life. That's why you hear people will be saying, if not for this person, I wouldn't have been. And the person is not there. These are kind of testimony that...
I remember one, sorry to cut you, one
Yes.
post I saw that the friends you keep today are your children's connection tomorrow. That if you like, continue gathering idiots. Like, it was so funny. But when you think critically about this post, like, who are the circle, whether you like it or not, they have influence in my life.
Yeah, sure.
Haven't you seen people that want something and they just pick their phone and call, and then it's been done for them? The person will go all extra miles to make sure that, why? Because you built this level of friendship with this person, and you can do anything to stand for the person. I remember sharing with a friend that I want to go and see my friend, and it was like, where? I said, I gave the location, and I said, you must, like, is a woman, she has 3 children and all. So when we got talking, he said, so this friend you have been mentioning, like, see how this person is almost 20 years older than me, but when anytime I sit with the woman, like, there's no day that I live there without learning something new. I'm a kind of person that easily get attracted to people that I will learn from. Like, I like it when I see someone talk, you spill wisdom. Yes. Like, I when you want to see yourself grow, and then you keep hearing things that would discourage you, or keeping people around you that would just leftists. Like, for me, that kind of attitude is quite irritating. So when I see people that spill wisdom, people that no matter your age, you can be older than me or even younger than me, I just get attracted to those kind of people because of where you've defined yourself and where you want to see yourself. And if you've done that, then you won't take anything. Like, it's not everybody that you just open. That's why I insisted that she wasn't my friend for that moment. The lady that we started registration, we met as classmates, and then we were going for registration together. We are even yet to know ourselves, like, to the point of even trusting ourselves with issues. And so you don't just meet people and then you become vulnerable to them. Who are you? What do you believe in? As you meet, like, acquaintances turn to become friends.
Yes.
How do they become friends? Because over time you give them the access, you start meeting up, like, you start talking, and then you see that, oh, you have same belief, values, you share some values, like, there are things that connect you together, and that's how you keep moving together. And that's why I said earlier, imagine that you're a good friend and you meet a good friend. Like, the journey is going to be beautiful. Like, you keep upholding your hands until you achieve your goal. So just like Proverbs 13:20 says, when you walk with the wise, you become wise. When you walk with fools, you suffer harm. Who are you walking with? Like, I think this is the question that everybody should ask his or herself right now.
Yes.
Who are you walking with? The Bible has given us basis of even choosing friends. And like I said, the wise is someone that knows the right thing and abide by it. When you look at Proverbs, like, most of Proverbs were written by King Solomon. So who are you to say that no, is wrong, is this? If you walk with somebody that's, like, above all, fears God, reverence God, and is evident in his life, Because there are people that will tell you, they are God-fearing, they go to church and do all of that, but the attitude in them, like you wonder if this person is actually a Christian. Because being a Christian is not just about name or church going. We talk about Christ-like attitude. If those attitudes are not evidence in your life, then your Christianity has question mark. So have friends that are wise, work with the wise. And then for those that are fools, intentionally eliminate fools from your life. And then check yourself from those people you call friends. Who are the wise and who are the fools? Eliminate them. If not, you will suffer harm. The fools know the right thing and then he refused to do it. He knows that there's God, but he will tell you, no, there's no God. Imagine that you are working, like I said earlier on, this is the right thing to do. That everything when you come to work, you pick this cup, like make sure that it's on the table. When the show is over, you take it, and then the person you call a friend will say, let's leave it, Joe. Let's not do, like, the person is always discouraging. And
must you always be picking, and leaving it? Just leave it there.
Leave it. And maybe what you do is that you pick it, you wash it, and then, and the person is, that person should not even be your friend. You know the right thing to do, but you don't want to do it. Or, like, we should be deliberate, very deliberate.
And you try and check, 2023, while living, trying to cope with the year. Who are those people that always pull you down? That don't even believe in what you are doing. We have such people in our life, but sometimes, we just try to keep them simply because we have known each other you don't want to look judgmental, and you start judging yourself. You understand? You don't want to look judgmental, but you are judging yourself. We just have to be deliberate about all of these things, particularly friends. They have influence that we rightly said. They have influence in your life, whether you like it or not. So it is better to keep good people around you, so that they will keep influencing you, to do good. Even if you are thinking of doing bad, when you have good people around you, you will not think it. But even if you are good, and then you are thinking of doing good, and always they are discouraging you, Mr. Nice Man, Mr. Do Good, right? Before you know it, you join, or they will tell you that you are too good, you are extra this, you are extra. That is why you are called. You are called to be good.
Are feeling guilty.
Exactly.
When you work with them, you are ashamed that they see me.
And they say, this general said that.
Yes, I saw that. I came across that too.
So, looking at 2023, check, categorize this. We are not saying you should delete people, but put them in their place and relate with them based on that. Don't carry
scissors and start cutting. That's what is to happen at the end of the year. Someone will say, who cut me? Have you evaluated yourself and cut out all those negative attitudes that you have? So it's not about judging people and just cutting people, but have boundaries. Create that boundaries. If that person's belief or values is not aligning with yours, if you're around that person, it will really help you to be bitter, resentful.
So I was going to say, it is also essential that you look at friends that will celebrate your success together with you. So I was saying over the last weekend, I went for a wedding, and I heard a story of a friend who I think was not really a friend, because which kind of person would not be happy because her friend is succeeding? Then she's always bitter that her friend is succeeding. So I felt like that was a terrible character to behold. And while we were discussing it, somebody mentions, like, she was never your friend. And I feel like that was very important, because if you surround yourself with people that don't celebrate your success, then you just open the room for bitter people around you. And in the long run, you would also become a bitter person, because you're allowing their bitterness to get into you about them as well. And then bitterness just becomes like your life. And that's really detrimental to your life, your health, your success, your progress, whatever it is, is detrimental to you. So it is important that we consider having friends who are open and ready to celebrate our successes. And it's also important that we are the same friends that would uphold somebody in his failure and celebrate his success as well. Because it's a two-way thing. You can't expect to have friends that would build you while you're not being a friend that will build somebody.
You see, but there's one thing, again, to add to what you said, there's this competition, this unhealthy competition that goes in within friends. If you see a friend that, he's competing, like with you, not a healthy one, then you should be careful. Yeah, because there are some people, like now, you just buy this part. The next thing, the person is restless. Why Joyce? Why Joyce with this iPad?
Yes.
Why? And then the person is showing, and then you are attaching yourself to the person like this is your friend. No, he's not a friend.
It's not.
And then one thing we should know, we can be friends, but we can't be equal, because everybody has a purpose in this life, and there's a place God placed you. See, you can check the wealthy people. For instance, if you say you have friends that are all wealthy, you can't say their wealth is equal. You can't say. So that means the same way our fingers are not equal is the same way God placed us. And then sometimes you find out, like the story of Joseph. He's the youngest, but look at how God elevated him. From his father to all the elder ones, that they have to come and bow before him. No, it's because it's God's design. So you can be the same age, and God will elevate someone.
Learn to celebrate.
Learn to celebrate.
And then, God's plan for us is for good. Everybody's
for
time
good.
is good. Some of us are friends with people, but we can't even be trusted. You're always bitter at your friend's success. You have to be deliberate about people like that. There are people that have lost their lives because of people they call their friends. Like they actually sponsored their killing. There are some people that you trusted with everything. You were thinking they are your friends, but they are actually really detrimental to your evil life. So we need to sit down. This is 2023. We want to make headway. Yes, you didn't get it right last year. You want to make headway. You want to get things right. You have another opportunity to start all over again, but choose your friends. And in choosing your friends, I want you to know that if you don't get the wrong people out of your life, you can't get the right ones. And you will not make headways. The Bible says that like iron sharpens iron. This is how friends make each other better. So if I have someone in my life that I'm calling friend, and it's not no effort to make me better, or me, I'm not even thinking of my friend in any way to make the person better, then we need to rethink of what we are calling friendship. There's no friendship. So we need somebody in our life that we can call friend. Like, friendship is important. I said it. Like, it makes the world even a beautiful place. Think about it when everybody's on his own. No, we are all unique. We're all different. Like you said, find out your uniqueness. You cannot expect everybody to be like you. And that's why we have strengths, we have weaknesses. And why I said in the beginning that friends trust and they own this person's weakness. Some of us focus on our strength and we expect to see our strength in that person. And then ignoring. All of us have strength, we have weaknesses. So the way the other person is accommodating you with your weaknesses, so you should help the friends that are stable, friends that are consistent, friends that are happy, friends that are godly, friends that are responsible, people that will move us towards our destiny. Like friends that you'll be proud of to say, oh, Martha is my friend. Like, you know how you can mention somebody and you say, my friend now, we grew up together. Why? Because the person has been responsible. Like, if the person was not a responsible person, if they measured, even if you grew up in the same compound, you would deny knowing the person.
You just sit down looking at the people. You wouldn't even say anything. You just be looking at the people.
I saw a post this morning that marry a woman where when she talks, address the public, that he will stand up and clap, something like that. Get you a friend that when his name is mentioned, you proudly stand up and clap and say, that's my friend.
Yes,
my
that's
friend
very
is
true.
doing well.
That's very true. And at this point, we need to draw the curtains on the program because our time is way.
I celebrate all my friends to make life beautiful. If I start mentioning names, I won't finish. So the more we are together, the happier we shall be. But let's get it right. Let's get the right people in our life.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I would like to...
I join her.
Okay. I would like to close with
friends,
this.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. We need to close, and so I'm going to close with this. Remember that when you're taking friends or making friends, you have to be conscious about who you're choosing. And also, as a Christian, I would advise you that you need to seek the counsel of the one and only true friend that we have, each and every one of us have. that you should take your counsel when you're making decisions. And also keep in your mind that the friends that you have, the friends that you keep, will make or mar you. And these friends really do have influence and they have impact on your life. So when you're choosing friends, don't choose it anyhow. Choose with wisdom. That brings us to the close of today's live today. Yes, and I would like to appreciate our producer, Linda, and I'd like to appreciate...
She's blushing behind the camera.
I'm telling you.
I would also like to appreciate our camera crew, Martha, Ruth, and Mr. Hassan, Mr. Victor, our editor, Yila, and Jerry, the MCR, for staying tuned with us here on today's live this beautiful morning. We do hope that you'll join us again tomorrow for another fresh